What's going on, guys? This is Vince with vshred.com, and today I'm going to be showing you guys 6 great lower body exercises that are completely body weight. Okay, so I'm going to take you guys through these one by one. I'm just going to get right into this. First off, what I'm going to start with is just a regular jump squat. Most of you guys know what it is, but I'm going to give you guys a couple of tips for each of these exercises. That way you're doing them right. The first thing when you're doing a jump squat is you got to get into regular squat position. This means you want your feet to be about shoulder width apart. You're going to have your toes slightly pointed outwards. And then you're obviously going to squat down, keeping your chest up straight, trying to keep your back as straight up and down as possible. And then you're obviously going to explode from the bottom. What you don't want to do is come about right here and then explode the rest of the way. You really want to get into a squat and explode all the way through. And the other thing to remember is that you don't want to put too much emphasis on, or you don't want to hurt your knees doing this, because a lot of times what people do is they end up going down into the squat, they jump up, and then when they land, their knees are really far inward, and this is what's going to cause knee injury. So what you want to focus on is going down into the squat, exploding up, jumping, and your knees staying outwards, trying to, almost as if you were trying to force your knees to go out at an angle, back down into the squat, pushing through your heels, jump back up. It's going to look just like this. All right, the next exercise is going to be called a low cossack lunge. So what this is going to be is basically a side-to-side lunge variation. You're going to have your legs out pretty wide. See how my legs are very wide right now. The other thing is that you want your feet to be pointed outwards at a pretty drastic angle, probably like 40 to 45 degrees. And then from here, what you're going to do is go down to one side, lunge down, putting all your emphasis on this leg, trying to push through your heel. And as you see, my toe is going to come up on that side. Squat all the way down as deep as you can, back up to the center. Then you're going to go to the other side, squatting down as deep as you can, toe coming up, and back up to the center. And you're just going to keep going back and forth, just like this. And that's a low cossack lunge. All right, the next exercise is a little bit easier of a lunge. This is just going to be a regular front to back lunge. What this is we all know what lunges are. It's when you step forward and then step back. There's a bunch of different lunge variations that you can do. This one is just going to be a front to back lunge. So I'll show you it. All you're going to do is go step forward with whatever leg. You want to have both your knees at 90 degrees when you're down at the bottom. So if you go too close and your knee is hanging way over your knee is hanging way over your foot, you don't want that. You're going to end up hurting this knee. If you're going too far and this knee is stretched too far out, you're not going to be doing that right either. So you want it to be just where, when you go down, both of your knees are at 90 degrees, step back up, but then instead of stepping back up and coming to a standstill, you're going to go right back into the backwards lunge. So you're going to look like this. Frontwards, backwards. Ooh. And it's going to take a little bit of balance. And what you don't want to do is let your knee touch when you're doing this. You don't want to come down here and rest, and then back and rest. You want to step forward, about an inch off the ground with your knee, and just like this. And that's how you do a forward and back lunge. Okay, the next exercise, now for the last 3 exercises, I'm going to be getting down on the floor. You can use a yoga mat so that you don't hurt end up hurting your back or something like that. So the first one's going to be a single leg glute bridge hold. So if you don't know what a glute bridge is, you're just going to be laying back, and then from here, you're going to bridge up using your butt. So you really want to emphasize pushing up with your glutes right here. But then instead of doing it with both legs, you're going to put one leg out straight up in the air. And then from here, actually I'll do it with the other one. One leg out straight in the air, and then you're going to glute bridge up with one leg. And instead of going right back into it, you're going to hold. You're going to hold for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back down. Back up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and back down. And then when you guys are pressing up, you don't just want to kind of rest here to where it's comfortable. What you want to be doing is really squeezing and pushing your hips as high up as you can, getting as much contraction in your glute as possible, squeezing for that 5 seconds and back down, just like that. So that's how you do a single leg glute bridge hold. Okay, the next exercise, I'm actually going to be taking my shoes off here because you want to be doing this on somewhat of a hard floor. If you are going to be doing this on carpet from, let's say, your living room, I'd recommend getting those little floor sliders. You can get them on Amazon for like $5, I think. You just put your feet on them and it makes it really easy to slide across the carpet. Otherwise, just try to find like a hardwood floor or something like this. So what you're going to do is these are going to be called heel sliders. So what you're going to do is similar thing to where you're doing a glute bridge. So you're going to bridge up, but then from here what you're going to do is slide your heels out, go all the way down to where you're basically flat, but your butt is still off of the ground, and then you're going to go back up into the glute bridge using your hamstrings. So this is going to be a great exercise right back on the back of your legs, your hamstrings. You're going to slide out, really keeping all the weight on your heels. Do not let your butt drop down to the ground here. Keeping your butt up, pushing back up. And when you push back up, don't let your butt sag and you're just kind of bending your knees. You really want to emphasize thrusting your butt up as you get your heels in towards your body. That way you can work your hamstrings optimally during this exercise. Just like that. Whew. So that's how you do a heel slider. And the last exercise, I'll just keep my shoes off, is actually going to be standing up. So I lied to you guys a little bit. It's going to be a pistol squat, and this is a little more advanced, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend starting with this. This is probably something that you will work into. I'll show you guys a little way to work into it. But a pistol squat, if you don't know what it is, you're just basically going to be with one foot, you're going to be standing on one foot, and you're going to be doing a one-footed squat. So you're going to have your foot out in front of you, you're going to have your hands out in front of you just for balancing reasons, and you're going to squat down. And then when you squat down, the easiest way to keep balance is to lean your body forward, keeping the balance on your foot even between the balls of your feet and the heel of your foot. If you put too much emphasis on one part of your foot, you're going to end up falling back, or you could end up falling forward. So you want to keep the balance even. You're going to squat down, and depending on what your, I guess just how your body works, everybody's body's a little different, is going to depend on how deep into the squat you can go. So some of you are going to be stopping right here. Some of you are going to be going a little lower and stopping down here. And then that's about as far as I usually go, is right here. Because after that, my pelvis tucks under and I start stretching out my quadratus lumborum, which is that muscle back here, and you get that butt wink. So you're just going to squat down, one leg as far as you can, and squat back up. And you're going to do that with both feet. Squat back up, and you're going to do that over and over. And so to make this a little easier to work your way into doing this with one foot and squatting back up, all you're going to do is squat down as far as you can, and then put a hand down, just like I did. So it's going to be like this. And if you want to work all your way into all the way down, you can do that. So try out these 6 different lower body weight exercises. If you're trying to do some kind of body weight exercise in the park, this is great because you don't need a gym or anything like that, and you can get a great workout. I'm sweating pretty good right now just from showing you guys the tutorial of how to do them. So then once you start doing them for, maybe you're doing them timed, maybe you're doing 30-second intervals of each exercise with 30-second rests, or you're doing like 10 to 15 reps, and you're doing that for 3-4 sets of each exercise, it becomes a really, really good lower body workout with no weights needed. So try these out. And if you guys want more tips to help get the belly fat off of you, if you just want tips about dieting and nutrition specifically for your body, we have a free body type quiz that asks you a couple questions about your body, what your frustrations are, what you're struggling with, and what you're trying to achieve with your body. And then it spits out a video with 3 free tips, and then it offers a program at the end. The program is completely optional, but we do have at-home programs in all of our 90-day programs. So if you want to find a program that you can do from the comfort of your own living room, those are a great option. So to check that out and just to even get the 3 free tips, you can click the link in the description below. Other than that, if you like this video, if you like these exercises, if any of this helped, make sure you're clicking the thumbs up button. And then if you have any questions, concerns, videos that you want me to make, leave them in the comment section below. Other than that, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. I'm releasing 3 videos every single week, and that way you don't miss out in the future. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one.